Hey guys, welcome to this modernized Tai Chi program. This is just a demo of some of the moves that are available. I've got the playlist on shuffle because part of the philosophy is that you can't choose what music's being played, but you can choose the way you respond. So we're going to start off with some fundamentals, then we're going to work on some balance, then we're going to do power moves, some energy work, and then we'll finish with some breathing exercises or Qigong. So the first thing we start with is an outward circle. The knees go this way and that way, hence the name, outward circle. Waist does a figure eight. Shoulders move in the same direction as your knees. Draw that circle into the ground. Make sure you engage the waist. And we'll put some hands into it, starting with just the right side. Hand, elbow, waist. Hand, elbow, waist. So the great thing about the system is that it doesn't matter where the move is, you can find the rhythm. So you can work at your own pace, focus on quality of movement, be mindful of the different parts, and then once the move becomes more fluid, you can time it to whatever rhythm you can harmonize with. Double time. Other side. Both hands. For more of a workout, instead of bobbing up and down, we're going to keep the stance low and just torque the waist through your leg work. And as we get more advanced, we shallow up the stance, take a fighting stance. We have the left leg forward now, or your right, and we keep the move going like this. We start to concentrate the energy, so therefore the circle gets smaller and tighter, and the move starts to look more martial. So it's still the same move as the original move, if we step back out like this. But to make it more functional, we concentrate the circles, and it becomes more dynamic. And then we can start to speed it up for a better workout. And we can go double time. And we slow it down. Bring it back down to the stance. So for those that do dance, it's a great exercise to just locate the pop and lock in various parts of the move. Right, so that's the outward circle. Second basic move is the inward circle. So now the knees are going inwards like this, drawing the circle in. Waist is moving in the opposite direction as the first movement. So it's going in. Shoulders are doing pretty much what the knees are doing and the waist is doing. So you're rolling in. Now if we add the hands in, it goes like this. We'll start with one side to make it easier. Right? Elbow, waist, hand. waist, hand, elbow, waist, hand. Right, ready to the other side. Both sides. Make the move bigger. And just like the other move, we want to make it more dynamic and martial. We shallow up the stance. Put one leg in 45 degrees forward, and you're in the sliding stance. Back hand is guarding the face. Front hand is slightly more extended. Movement is exactly the same mechanically, but the circles are more concentrated. And then we can start speeding it up. We'll do the other side. So the right leg's forward now, with your left. Just like this one side. Now those of you that are familiar with boxing or body combat, you'll see that these moves, mechanically speaking, are the same. So the circles are just your body's way of generating power. But we like to do it this way, just focus on the movements, getting that torque through your feet, your knees, your waist, your core, finishing in your shoulders, your elbows, and your hands. So the hands are always the last thing we think about. It's actually all in the leg work. And we can double time it. Slow it down. Better workout, lower the stance. So it looks like this. Right? So if that's the outward and the inner circle, outward and inward circle. There's another move called, well, there's actually about 9 more different moves. This one's called forcibly split the mountain. So obviously getting more of your shoulder rotation in here. Once again, engaging the waist. So we do the left side, we do the right side. Then we do both sides. As I've said before, it doesn't matter what the rhythm is doing, you focus on the move, and once the move is familiar, you harmonize with whatever part of the rhythm you can lock with. So, we do it slow. And we'll do some footwork in. So forward with right, back, forward, back, forward, back. Bring it up, and go to the other side. Remember, the better workout you want, just drop the stance down lower. So now we're going forward on the opposite side. Back, forward, back, forward, back. So there's about 9 of these different types of fundamental moves. I'll show you one more. This is called moving against water. So we start off, circle in front, around, put the weight on this back leg, turn on it, push forward. So the weight's on your front leg slightly, put it back on the back leg, then the circle goes the opposite direction, and we push that way. Weight on the front, weight on the back, pivot with the circle, come out, weight on the front, back, circle, front, back, circle. And if we want to make the move more dynamic in terms of a workout, then we just move the body in a bigger range of movement. We drop the stance lower. So that's called moving against water. So we start with a couple of those fundamental movements, maybe 4 to 6 tracks. Then we move on to balance work. So with the balance work, there's about 9 different types of moves there. And I'll start with something fairly basic. So this one is called pound the mortar. It's a very common Tai Chi move. It looks complicated, but I can break it down. So we start with pivoting onto this side, and then we turn on this back leg. Forward and press weight still on the front leg now. Lift this leg. Sink. Slide. Weight shifts forward, bring the leg up. Grab, lift, control it, down. Then we step back on that right side. Then we go to the opposite side, so my left, your right. Up, sink, slide. Weight travels forward, grab, lift it up, control it down. Step back on that side that was just up, and we'll repeat on this side here. This, lift, sink, slide. Weight forward, up, back, control, step back, other side, twist, lift, sink, slide. Weight goes forward, grab, up, down. For a better workout, we keep it low. So down here, keep the head at this height. The head does not lift. That makes these moves a lot more difficult. So my head does not shift down back here. See how the head's low, the head low, low, up, back, down, step back, up, slide, down, forward, up, back, down, step back. One more time. So we would do this for about 1 track. And the main thing is its balance, because this helps us prepare for when we do the power moves. You can't have power without balance. That's why we emphasize balance. I'll do another balance move. So this one's called wide 8 versus golden rooster. Like this. Hand that's up. Lift the leg. Swap the leg over. Sink. Slide out this way. Now, for those that want a bigger workout, they can go all the way down. And then we come over to this side, come up, press up, come down. And we step back to where we begin. We'll do the other hand. So this lifts, you got the balance here, shift, balance on the other leg, slide. Then you go to the other side. Press, down, step back to where you begun, this way. It goes up, swap over, slide. Come up, press, grab, down, step back. Other side, up, down, up, slide. Come up, press, grab, down, step back. And if you want a bit more dynamic, you do a little jump, swap, slide. Up, and come down, step back. Same with the other side. Jump, slide, and come up, press, grab, down. So that's just 2 examples of probably 9 balancing moves. And we'll do the balance before the power. So I'll show you just one type of power combination. This is called the drunken dragon tail. So I'll start like this. So usually I would start with shoulder width stance just to get the movement. Always engaging the waist. So once again, with these more complicated movements, we don't worry too much about the rhythm. until the movement becomes more fluid. So I've been doing Tai Chi for about 25 years. Some of these moves are second nature to me, but I realize they're very complex looking to some other people that have never had practice. So I will break them down. Notice my stance is nice and wide now, so this is where you get the workout from the power. We're really twisting the waist here, whipping it out, bringing it down, across, back up, reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, across, and up, reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, reset, up, set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, cross, and up, reset, other side. So you want to keep twisting the waist. 5, down, cross, and up, reset. Now the movement's a bit more fluid, we can work on some more power, right? So this is the way it looks. You go cross and up, reset. We go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, drop it, whip it, back, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, across, and up, reset. Then you can start worrying about the rhythm. Cross, up, reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, cross, up, reset. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, down, cross, up, reset. Boom, boom, 3, 4, 5, down, cross, up, slow down. Nice, so that was the power move. So there's probably about, once again, 9 of those, different combos. Notice that we don't really punch. That's the difference between this system and your traditional body combat or kickboxing, blocking workouts. Right, so we've done balance, we've done power, now we're going to do some energy work. So these are the more complicated moves, and I like to save them to near the end because we want people to get a good workout before we start to confuse their brains a little bit. So this one is one of the sort of probably lower medium complexity ones. It's called lazily tying your coat while the wind blows your silken scarf. I know it sounds pretty crazy, but this is how the movement works. Start like this. Then we come over here. This is lazily tying your coat. And it's out here. Now this is the silken scarf. So the wind blows it. And it blows it. And it blows it again. And then we come back down. And go the other way. So it comes up, lazily tie your coat, wind blows your silken scarf on the way. This hand comes down like this. So I would break this down if I notice anyone having trouble with it, or people just follow along. Remember, the main workout is in the legs, so if we drop the stance down, it doesn't really matter what you're doing in your hands, you still get a good workout. Lazily tie the coat. Wind blows, blows the silken scarf. So I realize some of these moves, obviously, these are the most complicated moves you'll get in the system. And they're the most similar to what you think of when you think of Tai Chi, right? But we can break it down, and if people aren't getting it the first time, it's okay. All they need to do is really focus on what the legs are doing. So in this case, even without the hands, my legs are just doing those inwards and outwards circles that I was talking about at the very beginning, right? And then we change direction and the circle's going this way now. So you're in pretty much a half squat position the whole time. And that's where the workout component gets into it. Maintaining your posture, so you're keeping your legs, your knees over your feet. You're trying to keep your spine as upright as possible. You're lifting your crown, all that sort of stuff. So those of you that do body balance and yoga will be familiar with those postural alignment cues. And beyond that, it's just being mindful about what the move is doing. Okay, so that was called lazily tying your coat as the wind blows your silken scarf. And there's probably 15 of these energy work combos, from slightly simpler than that to way more complicated. So that gives you the range of advancement. Then we would finish off with some Qigong. I've got about 6 different types of traditional Chinese Qigong, and we can adapt that to whatever time is left in the session, whether you're going for 30, 45-minute or 1-hour session. So this is just one example of one Qigong exercise. I personally know about 6 sets of about 10 moves each, so about 60 different moves. This one I call big circle breathing. It's pretty simple. You go out, breathe in, breathe out. Then you reverse the circle. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, you align the shoulders, twist your forearms, and come out here, open the chest. Then you come back forward, you breathe in, you breathe out. You breathe in again, you come back towards yourself and push all the energy out as you breathe out. Then you start again, so it goes, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. Open that chest up. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Come around, down to your chest. Breathe out. We'll do this one more time. In. Out. In. Out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And breathe out. Alright. And then we usually finish off with just some closing breaths. Breathe in. Breathe out. Last one. Breathe in. Put the hands together. Concentrate that energy. Draw it down. Align the spine. Relax your shoulders. As you get past your solar plexus, twist your hands into themselves. Bring the energy back to your dantian, which is that center of your core, about 5 centimeters below your belly button. And I get people to stand here for a few seconds just to make sure their spine is aligned, shoulders relaxed, tailbone is neutralized, weights evenly distributed through both feet. Breathing to the belly, expanding belly breaths. So all this good stuff. And then we're done. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed it.